Hey guys, welcome back. This is MTG Moxman. How you guys all doing? We all having a good one today? I hope so. You'll notice the screen is slightly blocked. Sorry about that. But today we're going to talk a little bit about finance, and I want to make sure you guys had a good view of what I was trying to educate you on today. So, who's ready to be educated? Are you? Okay, let's be educated, guys. I know, typical happy me. What can I say? All right, some incidents happened today, which I thought I would relate to you guys in a kind of a magic format to let you know how things go. So here's how it is. Here's the lowdown. I went today to get some work done on my car, to get the winter tires rotated on up here in Canada, as well as just get the car checked over. Well, it turns out, after waiting 5.5 hours in this incredibly busy place, it's snowing outside right now here in Toronto, that I needed some work done. So finally, after 5 hours, they get my car in. They say, your brakes are, your front brakes are done. I mean, it's been 4 years. I knew that kind of. I mean, I didn't know it was that bad, but it needed to be done. And I knew I needed an oil change. So before you know it, instead of spending the $40 you'd intended on spending for getting the tires rotated, now it's hundreds of dollars. Literally. 5, 6, 100 just starts racking up before you know it. And you're like, now let's take that story back. Let's take that sucker back and go, okay. You went in with your car, you knew you had to get something done. What if I told you? What if it was a possibility I didn't have to pay? No matter what work was being done, it would be technically free. How does that sound? Pretty good, right? So let's get on to that part where I'm going to show you guys how it all works. Maybe not in this exact instance. Everyone's circumstances are different, but we're going to go with mine. Okay? Example. I buy a box of Shards of Alara, and I buy that for $99. Now, I bought this years ago, but we're going to say about 5 years ago. So we're going to say it was $99. Okay? Now, years go by. Maybe I had a lot more of these. Maybe I had 50 of them. But most Magic cards start to accumulate in value, and they start going higher as it becomes more scarce to buy the product. And then people still want this product because it's still unique and rare. They want to open it with their friends. They may have a nostalgic taste for that set. They may like the particular artwork or just the whole theme of that particular series. There's lots of reasons why people choose to buy older Magic products, as well as the investment value future for players coming in. So let's say I sell this 2 years ago and I get $250. So that box is gone. So now I have $250. So instead, at the time, I bought some cons. Some Battle for Zendikar that had just come out. That one box got me 2 boxes. See, because I sold that for $250. These were both $100, which came to $230. I still have $20 in my pocket. And I now have 2 boxes of Magic. Well, that seems pretty awesome. Now, let's go back to the original part of this. Let's bring this over here. Imagine I had 50 boxes, I said. Not 1, but 50. I hope you guys have a pen and paper and you're writing this stuff down. Or you can just watch this video on continuous loop until you get it all down, and then my viewership goes through the roof because people watched it 500 times. Awesome. But I had 50 of these. So that's 50 times 100 is $5,000. But I sold it for $15,000. Well, $12,500. That would allow me to buy 100 boxes. Not bad. Not bad. Now, let's fast forward a bit. These are going for over 200 now. So these two, which I now have, remember I had 50 of that, so I have 50 of this one and 50 of this one. Okay? Well, that 50 of Battle for Zendikar and 50 of Cons now allows me to buy 200 boxes of this. And 5 years from now, my 200 boxes of this is now 1,000 boxes of something else. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? It is exponential. But guess what? Here's the good news, bad news. Just give me a second here. Actually, I'll just move it aside. Anyone who remembers Avon back in the day, or any of those kind of companies, this is just a pyramid scheme. It's a fancy way of saying it, guys, but this is a pyramid scheme, okay? It's more elaborate, more diversive. It involves millions more people, but it's a pyramid. I am hoping, as an investor, that somewhere down the road, somebody wants to buy these boxes, but they may not. But I'm betting they will, which is why I keep reinvesting and buying more and more and more. Now, really, today's car purchase was paid by Magic cards. I had sold Magic cards the last while. You guys have known and talked about it. Well, I keep some money for myself. That paid for my car payments, right? It paid for the repairs today. And it was all made possible by people buying Magic cards and me buying Magic at the right time. So, if I had 200 boxes of Throne of Eldraine, 200 of this, and I buy that 200. Well, now each of those boxes is over $100 now, right? So they're not going to be an even quite 100, but let's just say, for argument's sake, then what I'm going to have here is 200 boxes. Well, that 200 boxes at $100 a piece, it's $20,000. You notice the money just keeps rising, right? And then, but you're talking 5 years at a time. That's the hard part as well. 5 years. This is now 10 years from this one and from that one. So you can only do it for so long before you're too old. But you can probably get a good 5-6 cycles in your lifetime. It's not bad. Now, that said, though, when I talk about this being a scheme, a scam, Magic's inherent value is found by the players. Hasbro can say what they want. Wizards can do what they want. They can ignore the secondary market or not ignore the secondary market. It comes down to the fact we, the players, decide what is valuable and what's not, based on the rules that they have set. That's okay. But what happens if every player just doesn't care anymore? And this is worth nothing because nobody wants to buy it. And this is worth nothing. Well, the chance of that happening are actually quite rare. It's going to be pretty minuscule because there's, 40 million people, 50 million, 60 million, 100 million, whatever, people playing Magic around the world. And every year, those of us who play get newer players into it. Or we talk to our kids or our kids' friends, and, Magic continues to grow. But I found it very fascinating when I was thinking about that I actually didn't have to pay the bill with my own personal cash per se. Yes, it's my money. I've earned it. I've done things to get it. But when I looked at it purely from a paper standpoint, it's just been Magic that I've exponentially grown over time. Now, I'm a very small fish in a very big ocean. I am nowhere near what these players of Magic are. None. I still enjoy playing the game, and I love building decks and being fascinated by the mechanics of the game and arguing with my friends about the stack and the order of how the game is played. But I get it, and I sit there and go, I love this game, and this is what makes it so much fun. It's great that I'm making money doing it, and it's great that I can look at it that way, but imagine people just didn't play. We're the last breed to go through it. Things die off, right? I guess the older cards might become collectible to a very niche market of people. But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, this is a pretty good thing as long as it continues to grow. But like any market, it can have a downturn. And things can go wrong. Now, sealed cards, they're sealed. They're beautiful. There's nothing in them. You don't, it's considered your standard block of value for Magic cards. I get it. But things can go wrong, right? Nemesis arguably doesn't have that many great cards in it, but it's an old set. I mean, this is back from what? What are we talking here? 1993? No way. This is 2000. From 2000, and you're sitting there going, that's an old set, right? 20 years old almost for the Magic, right? And it has no real great cards, but it has value because it's an old set and it's nostalgic, right? But right now they're talking about how all the old cards, Legacy and whatnot, are declining. They're going down in value, and not many people are buying them. All the cash to get them is insane. But as cards like Oko and that are like 50 to 100 bucks, really, 5 Okos gets me a candelabra. It's not that bad of a deal, really, is it? But players don't think that way. They think in very singular terms when they're talking their cards. I see it all the time at the card shop, and that's funny because if they're looking at it that way, you know, the older cards have much more rarity, but Wizards isn't supporting the old formats, are they? They're not breeding. You know, they breed a set for Modern. Why don't they breed a set for Vintage and Legacy users? Do a set just for them. Think about the cards that Wizards could put in if they went that route. I just found this fascinating. The finance value of it and what Hasbro could and could not do. If the game starts losing popularity, they can always reprint things and break their own rules. If it continues to grow, they keep making money because people keep paying. But they still left money on the table because they haven't even touched the legacy crowd. They haven't touched the vintage people because we haven't seen any new cards in our sets for 30 years, right? 12, 25 years, whatever. We haven't seen it, but they could do it. They could just print cards. They could look at the cards available, which is every new card, plus restricted card for the old, and they could actually build an entire series based around it. For all I know, it's up on their drawing board now, or some lowly Wizards employee sees my video and says, "That's an amazing idea!" Ha ha ha! And they take my idea and bring that forward to their planning team. Timestamp this. You hear that, people? This is timestamped. November 11th, Remembrance Day. And I hope you guys all did pay attention to Remembrance Day today. But think about that, guys. Let's timestamp this today, because if one of those old sets comes up 3-4 years from now, boom, I'm going looking for some cheddar. All right? Anyway, I just thought I would bring that up, that these will continue to grow exponentially if you keep investing in the product to make yourself more money. Start with 1 box if you have to. Just don't open it. Hold on for 5 years. That should be enough to get you 2 boxes by that point. Hold on 5 more years. Now you got 4 boxes, but yes, it's been 10 years to get those 4 boxes, 2 which are now free. 3. But if you can keep going that route and you can build on your position, you can end up kind of like a basement like this. And that's okay. That really is okay. Anyway, some thoughts and feelings on a Monday for Talk Time. This is MTG Moxman. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. There are, 62 of us now. We are the few, but we are the strong. And for all you know, one day I may have 1,000. I may get to that 1,000 mark. I might get to 100. Let's just start with 100. I'd be pretty happy with 100. To know that, 100 people are out there going, maybe he'll do a video tonight. That'd be cool, man. But if not, doesn't matter, because I got you guys out there. And ladies. We have a lady in the party now, too. So welcome aboard, guys. Let's have a great one this week. I will do some follow-up videos all week long. I want to touch a little more on finance with some stuff I see happening in the secondary market, as well as I haven't heard Paz say he got his cards yet. So you should have got your cards by now. If they got lost in the mail, I'm going to be very cheesed off. So we'll talk soon. All right, guys, have a great one.